This car has been a lot of controversy. I was called out by two people who don't have any money for buying this car. I was actually called stupid for investing my disposable cash into this car. Now, one of the reasons that I show you receipts is we have a mindset problem in the Black community. People need to see something to believe that it's real. So I'll show you the cars, I'll show you the money, I'll show you the ATM receipts, I'll show you all of that stuff to prove my thesis. And this is my thesis. You are better off if you're in the income zone, the danger zone, number one, less than $50,000 per year. You're better off starting a small business that makes $1,500 per month. $375 per week, $18,000 per year, then investing in cryptocurrency, then investing in the stock market, because here's some research that I've done. Here's some things I've come up with. I've really done the number. I've crunched the numbers. The average Robinhood account holder account size is $1,000 to $5,000. The average E-Trade account size is about $70K. The average Merrill Lynch account size is $320,000. And the average Schwab account is about $420,000. Now, why is this important? Well, when you look at the number of people who have money invested, the average 60-year-old who has invested in the stock market for decades has a portfolio of around $210,000. 210. They're investing. They're putting their money away. They're making. But here's the problem. Here's the problem, my people. They don't have enough money to become an investor of significance. They don't have enough money. They're not in a position to invest enough money where they can actually move the needle. And yes, that is a helicopter pad right there. Someone that lives there has a helicopter. And one of the things, because I'm zooming in on it, I almost went down for it. I almost landed on a helicopter pad, but I was like, that would have been doing too much. But once again, anyone that is trying to get you to invest in cryptocurrency has an agenda. They want you to invest in cryptocurrency. They don't want you to invest in yourself. They don't want you to create a business. They don't want you to actually know what real money is. Because let's go ahead and let's say you listen to my advice. You listen to what I'm telling you. In year one, you start your small business, you make $18,000. Year two, you tweak it a little bit, you make $36,000. You still have your job. We're not quitting our jobs. I'm not going to lie to you that, because essentially by keeping your job and starting this business and deploying the do more principle, you're going to have more money, and you're going to find that your life is going to change quite a bit, because you do this for 5 years. Year one, 18,000. Year two, 36,000. And let's say it takes you 5 years to get up to $50,000 on top of your job income. You have a long-term emergency fund. You have a short-term emergency fund. You have a family operating account. You're riding around in vehicles that are paid off. And you have cash money in the bank. So this year, you've been putting money, you've been following the roadmap that I've outlaid for you, and you have like $60,000, $70,000 cash in the bank, no debt, and now you're in the position, even at this $50,000 per year, you're now in the position to invest $2,000 a month, which will give you a six-figure portfolio in 4 years. Now, why is that important? Remember what I just told you? The average 60-year-old with an investment portfolio, the account size is $210,000. So in 4 years, you will have half of what the average typical investor will have after decades of investing. Decades. Once again, I have a thesis. If you're in danger zone number 1, if you're in danger zone number 2, you're better served by starting a small business. And once again, I'm not dropping eye-popping numbers. Do you know that many people, an additional $500 per month would be a game changer? An additional $500 per month. Just an additional $500 per month. It would be a game changer. It would be so much of a difference in their lives. It would create so much life. It will be such a big thing in their lives. It will create economic harmony. Because here's the truth of the matter. Many of your favorite YouTubers, until they start getting this YouTube money, they don't make any money. They don't make any money. They don't make any money. During one of my live streams, someone said, you know, I doubt these people have ever done a cashier's check for $100K. I've done it quite a few times. I've done it. You know why? Because I have a financial device that makes money. And I want you to join me in creating a financial device that makes money so you can have what I like to call spendable cash. See, this is my thesis. This is my thesis. All right, so you go ahead and you put money away in the stock market for 40 years. That's money you can't touch. That's money you cannot use. What I am trying to do is help you guys get to the point where you can make enough money to enjoy your life, plus create additional cash flow where you're able to invest money, where you're able to create a life of design and intent, where you're able to have paid off cars in your garage. And also, I'm about to go here. You be in a position to pay off your house early. All of these people with all of this financial advice are giving you theory. They're giving you 100% theory. They're not giving you real world advice. They're not giving you real world advice like I am. I'm giving you practical wisdom, practical experience that has come from me being in business 21 years and making money. That's what I'm giving you guys. And right now, I feel that the person who made that video, they're sick and tired because you know what I'm doing? I'm inoculating people with the truth. You're being vaccinated with the truth that you could go ahead and invest your $200 to $300 a month at age 35, and it's not really going to amount to a lot of money. Let's go ahead and walk through my thesis. Let's say you're age 26 years old, and you have a job and you make $35,000 a year, and you have a wife and she works and she makes $25,000. So together y'all bring in $60K. So you go ahead and you listen to me and you start a small business, and that first year you make $375 per week, which comes up to an additional $1,500 per month, $18,000 per year. So you went from $60,000 as a combined income to $78,000. Then you actually worked very hard. You kept your job. We did not quit our jobs. This is a lie that you're going to quit your job and do this little income hack and have all this free time. It is a lie. You and your wife, you're going to work hard. And in the third year, you made an additional $40,000. It's not impossible with a business. You can leverage a business to those kind of numbers. You can go from 18,000 to 40,000 in 3 years pretty quickly. So now you and your wife, with her 25,000, you and your $35,000 a year job, and now with your $40,000 a year business, you're making six figures. You're making six figures. And now you're deploying all of the practical examples. We don't finance cars. You don't have a car payment. You don't have credit card payment. In that year 3, you made that $40,000 and you didn't have no bills other than your rent or mortgage. You know how much money you now have in the bank? You got like $50,000, $60,000 in the bank. You're in a position to become an investor of significance. Once again, I don't hate cryptocurrency. I hate the religious fever that's around cryptocurrency, as if it's going to solve all of your problems, and it's not. It's not. Once again, if you're in danger zone, number 1. If you're in danger zone, number 2, you're better off starting a small business than investing. And many people say, why can't you do both? I'm going to tell you why you can't do both. You need to focus. There are people out there that are trying to work a job and they're trying to deploy an additional $200 to $300 per month in some type of investment. And it's not going to add up to a lot of money. It's just simply not. It's not. So with this thesis that I'm presenting to you, crunch the numbers, I've done the research. I want you guys to be healthy. I want you guys to have money. I want you guys to drive what you want to drive. I want you guys to live where you want to live. I want you to be able to take a vacation and not be freaking out because now you got these bills that you got to pay. I want you to live well. I want you to join me becoming a corporate citizen. I want you to join me in becoming an owner. Owning something. Like all of these people in these houses. I guarantee you there's a lot of owners down there. A lot of investors of significance. A lot of business owners. A lot of people living that good life in that big fancy house with the pool. Minutes away from downtown Atlanta, but it's like they living in the suburbs because they have space and acreage. Their kids can walk around the neighborhood and don't have to worry about the snatcher man or being molested or raped or plucked from the streets because these neighborhoods are safe. You want to know why they're safe? Because everybody in the neighborhood making money. There's no need to commit crime. There's no need to rob anybody because everybody eating good. I want you to join me in becoming a corporate citizen. I want you to join me in coming and getting this together and building and creating something and becoming an investor of significance, becoming a business owner, becoming someone in your family that's respectable because you have money.
That'll help you.
You have privilege. All right?
Talking about.
So we are about to start this live stream. I thought I would do this a little different. Put this up to influence you, to motivate you, to show you how I'm living. Because see, next time somebody go ahead and drop something on YouTube, ask them these questions in the comments. Does this work for you?
I'm in his ass.
Are you living well? Are you making cash? Because like I said, everyone's like investments, getting rentals. The average real estate investor on YouTube don't have no money. The average real estate investor doesn't have any money. They don't have no cash. They're playing the long game, which could be good, but once again, You want to be a millionaire in 40, 50 years? Or do you want to be a millionaire in 10 years? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? All right, so let us begin with this this live stream. What is going on, people? Today is crazy. All right, let's go ahead and put out announcements. For the corporate citizens, there's some training in the art of holding corporate citizens for you to review, and we will be doing a live webinar at 3 p.m. to answer some questions, and we will be touching on this next week as well. Also, if you missed getting into the art of holding, the price isn't going to go up until May, so you can follow the links below and you can go there. All right, so let's kind of get into it. This alternate universe. You know, it was kind of funny this morning. It's kind of funny. You know, it is crazy. Well, here's something that I've looked at in the alternate economy. And let me go ahead and give you the thesis that is going down with the alternate economy. First of all, the government has printed more money last year than in the previous 20, 30 years. More cash was printed in mere months than in decades. So we should have runaway inflation right now, but we don't. All right, here's something else. Unemployment continues to go up, right? We should have lower prices. Nope. I'm going to get into that, Evie. I'm going to get into that because that feeds into the alternative economy, right? So right now we have record unemployment still going on, but this is something that's really, really strange. We do have inflation in housing, used cars, the price of lumber, and the price of goods. Like I'm tricking out the corporate vehicles, and literally they told me I'm looking at 20 weeks to get these wheels because they cannot get parts. So one of the things that is happening with car prices, and it's funny. Yes, Muhammad, you can expect a lot of hate from strangers. You can expect a massive amount of hate. One of the things that is happening is we're in an alternative economic universe. We are in... It's strange because based upon what has happened with the printing of the money, we should be in an inflationary stage, and we have inflation with housing, cars. Like, this is what happened with cars. Due to the pandemic, less new cars were sold because they could not get the components for these cars. So one of the things that has happened is people, because essentially you guys know that I am going to start a used car dealership, and thank God I decided to do it after tax season. Tax season has presented the problems, and it reminds me, like when I was in the storage auction business, every year this happened. You could buy units cheap June, July, August, September, October-ish. Then they would start to tick up, right? And the prices would go up 20, 30% because kids went back to school. parents had money, right? So that happened. And then another thing happened. More people came out to the auction, so there was more bidders. So we had that going on. And it went up a little bit, and then around Christmas, it dropped. About December 20th, between December 20th and the end of December, you could get units dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. I'm talking about, I went out one December. I didn't have that much money in my pocket. I had like 15, 20 bucks, and I came away with 29 units. That means I got some of those units for free. I got them for free. So I am seeing similar dynamics between the used car business and the storage auction business in terms of tax money and this alternate economy. Because essentially the stimulus money has propped up the economy. And boy, did it prop up. Let me see. Can I bring this up? Let's see. All this stuff has disappeared. Yep, it is. Well, actually, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. I want to show y'all something. Let me. All right. So this is a chick I used to date. And she is out with her friends. And if you notice, this is in Florida. She's the one in the orange. No one is wearing the mask. I think there was one dude who was wearing the mask, right? And this is what's going on in America right now. Notice the club is packed. Club is packed, right? So we got all of this stuff that is going on. And this is America right now, right? This is America. People are not wearing masks. People are, she flew down to Florida. Now, what's funny is she had COVID. She was sick for like 3 days, and she really don't give an F. She really don't care because she is doing her thing and she's enjoying life. And this is part of the alternate America. This is part of this whole thing that is going on. This is this is stimulus money in effect. Now, I'm going to make some predictions. Crazy, right? So, this is what's going on in America right now. What I feel is going to happen due to the stimulus support. What's one of my favorite expressions? Luxuries once tasted become necessities. And that's why I feel that there's going to be another stimulus package towards the end of the year. Right now, people have forbearance. They got stimulus money. Do you know some people, like if you were married and you had 3 kids, you got, let's see, how much did you get? 1,400 times 5. You got $7,000. You got $7,000, man. You got $7,000. And one of the things that is happening is that people, another thing that is happening in this alternate economy, they're not paying their mortgages. They're not working, not paying their rent, getting a stimulus check. So they have money and they have time. First time a lot of these people have had money and time and freedom. I have no clue. You know, this is one of the strangest economies I have ever seen. Because one of the things I'm doing is I'm watching a lot of car dealership videos, and I know what they're going through, because right now they're paying more for inventory, but they're not making more money because the margin is roughly the same. Even though they pay more for the car, the margin that they can get for the car is roughly the same. So inventory is more expensive. And one guy, he actually said he stopped buying cars because he didn't want to get stuck with a bunch of overpriced inventory once the market dropped. And this is really symbolic of the alternate economy. I want you to think, you haven't paid your mortgage, you ain't paid your rent, you got a wife and 3 kids, and you got the stimulus check for $7,000. You got an additional bump of $300 on top of your unemployment. You will see, because I'm wondering how long this can last. I am wondering how long this can last, how long this can go on. And I'm wondering what is going to be the long-term repercussions of this. Because right now, you have a group of people who are not working. And that is going to be a problem for them long-term. That's going to be a problem for them because with long-term unemployment, they will actually see an impact to their long-term earnings over the lifetime of their employment. So they're going to see an issue with that. But once again, one of the things that is going to happen, and one of the things is really interesting, is this year is going to be, I don't think we're going to have a crash this year. I don't think we're going to have a crash this year. I don't really think we're going to have a crash this year. I think the crash is going to happen 2022, 2023, which is why when I get into the car business, I need to operate very leanly, because I'm going to also run my own rental business. I'm going to start renting cars. You know, since I'll be able to go to the auction and buy cars cheap, I'm going to start renting them. That could be a big issue right there. That could be a really big issue. Because one of the things that is happening is that people are not, they're not really doing what they need to do in terms of maintaining they have an issue with reality. Because like I said, this is a very weird and strange economy. I feel that Bitcoin is going to crash again. I feel that's literally around the corner. I feel that the stock market's going to have a correction. But once again, we have all of this stimulus, and it is stimulating the hell out of the economy. So we're seeing crazy stimulus going on with the economy. And we also see strange behavior. Like going to my video this morning about I got vaccinated. Who knew that would piss off so many people? And people would come out of the woodwork with alternate theories. And, here's the truth. The vaccine wasn't developed overnight. They based this vaccine on 100 years of research. But once again, people want to believe what they want to believe, that I'm going to grow a foot out of my head, that I am going to have some serious side effects and all this other stuff. And essentially, I'm here to tell you that around December, we're going to be about 80-90% back to normal. And you want to know why? Because at that point, most of America will be vaccinated. Will we have some holdouts? Will we have people who are like, I ain't getting vaccinated, I ain't going to do it? And right now, we have European countries that are thinking about locking down again, because essentially, even though a lot of people are getting vaccinated, COVID is surging in many states. Hospitalizations, deaths. And one of the things I keep consistently hearing is they hiding the deaths, they're inflating it, people who are dying from the flu. And essentially, when someone came in a hospital and died, there was all kind of procedures documenting their death. They just couldn't well, he died of this. No. There was rules and procedures. Oh man, they mad at me because essentially, here's the thing. I've done the research. I've been looking at this thing. I'm in a high risk category. I am 54 years old. I had a heart attack, which means I have heart disease. I have heart disease that is under control, but I still have it. And my age and the fact that I had a heart attack, that put me in the high risk category. And I'm going to tell you, being in a hospital sucks. Being in a hospital absolutely sucked. I was there like 4 weeks, and I don't want to go visit I'm like, you know what? I thought about it and I thought about it. I'm just like, I'm taking the vaccine because, I'm out here romancing, meeting people. And here, one of the biggest reasons that led me to take the vaccine now is opening up this dealership. I'm going to be exposed to more people once I do that than I've been exposed to people in like the last 12 years. Last 12 years. And I've had people telling me that I should have not even mentioned it. Now, I have mentioned all kinds of crazy stuff. I've mentioned spanking chicks on this channel, the issues with my ex-wife, the issues with the out of wedlock child. Not one person say, hey, you don't need to talk about that. But for some reason, I've had a lot of people chime in on this. And I had people talking about, man, I thought you were smarter than that. Like, once again, I'm black, but I don't act black. Let me say this again. I'm black, but I don't act black. When I was getting my COVID shot vaccination the other day, it was me and 4 other young black men who were also there to get vaccinated. There was like 6 of us. So it was me, the 4 other dudes, and this one white chick getting vaccinated. So what's going to happen? You got these people. I'm not getting vaccinated. That's fine. That's your personal choice. But I guarantee you, by December, the majority of America will be vaccinated. Probably high 85-90% will be vaccinated. And I feel that once we cross 70% vaccination, we're going to see a massive drop in COVID. I feel that once we get to that level, because we're already at 33%.
and COVID is still surging, right? So another thing that is really problematic with what's going on is the level of people who are in their stimulus bubble. They got that stimulus money. They're in their stimulus bubble, and that is all that they're doing. That is all that they care about. That is all that they are interested in. And it is funny how when I talk about real stuff like this, I don't get the views. And this is another reason that I'm probably starting a car business. I want another source of income that isn't pegged to the goodwill of YouTube. Some other people have talked about this, and at first I didn't believe it, but I believe it now that YouTube picks and chooses winners. And if you get picked, you gonna make money hand over fist. You gonna make money. But if you don't get picked, you're gonna struggle. There's a guy named Diamond Dave. He's been making some actually really good content, and he has a really good delivery. He has a nice voice. It ain't really going nowhere. But I can see Graham Stevens' girlfriend talk about the dogs, and this video will get 30, 40,000 views. And I'm just sitting there like, so it is interesting. I feel that the golden days of YouTube are over unless you want to do some very popular or trendy type stuff. Hold on. So this is one of the things that is crazy, because like I've noticed that like with this channel, YouTube has tried to kill this channel. Oh yeah, I fully believe that. I fully believe that, Muhammad. I got family members who died from COVID, but others within the tree telling me COVID. Like, once again, you cannot have a conversation with these people in their conspiracy theories. Like, if you go ahead and do the research, like, all day have been people telling me that, the vaccine was based on research of the last 100 years. This was not an overnight, but once again, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear it. Oh, well, Graham, see, here's the funny, because I'm going to leave it alone, because essentially Graham was picked. And if you go and research Graham's YouTube channel, you will see he was hanging out with known scammers in the beginning of his YouTube career. It's still on this channel. I checked the other day, and I made a decision to leave it alone, because essentially I would pretty much be spitting in the wind, because he was picked And like, I'm gonna give you an example of who's picked. YouTube recommends his videos to me and his girlfriend's videos to me, even though I have clicked the little dots and said, I don't want to see that. They're trying to force that down my throat. Just literally trying to force that down my throat. So I'm just going to leave that alone because, I was getting people saying, Graham's talking about you in receipts, and he was hating on the ad. And essentially I ran the ad on his channel. So it isn't like he picked a video from my YouTube channel and was talking smack about it. So I'm just going to leave it alone, and I'm going to keep it moving because it would be, unless I really sat down and had some, because like I said, when YouTube picks you, you can do no wrong. He could put up a video talking about, I'm drinking coffee today, and it's going to get 100,000 views because YouTube's going to push it. One thing I will say, Kevin Samuels is the flavor of the month because Kevin Samuels' old videos are being pushed by YouTube. Oh yeah, he was with he's hanging out, and the whole essentially he's been positioned. I don't say he did it himself. I said he was picked. He was positioned to a certain point, but at some point he's going to fall off. Don't know when, but at some point, because you only going to have now. Unfortunately, I don't think he's an idiot, and I think he's going to invest the money, so he'll be good once he falls off. But he's going to fall off. Graham was broke before his parents put that car in his garage. Very interesting. Oh, Kevin probably doing 6 figures a month. He's getting like 20 million views a month. He's doing 6 figures a month. And Kevin has infiltrated the YouTube algorithm. And one of the things is once you get in there, it will push your videos like crazy. And, Kevin, to his credit, Kevin has been working really, really hard for a long, long time. This was not, if you go to Kevin Samuels' channel and go to his original videos, he's got this one thing where he's like 1, 2, 3. He's doing this countdown, and he has evolved. He's come a long way. Yeah, once you get into the YouTube algorithm, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. And one of the things that is interesting is they say that like one of the things that really irritated me, because when the beginning, if you got people who subscribe to your YouTube channel, YouTube was push your videos to your subscribers. About 2016-ish, 15-ish, they stopped doing that. And essentially, they will push videos that they feel that will keep people on the platform longer. But, it is interesting because part of this is you got to focus on your business. You got to focus on what you're doing. And I feel that starting this car business, because essentially there are certain things that are really hot on YouTube. Real estate is hot on YouTube. Bitcoin is hot on YouTube. Investing is hot on YouTube. And So you've got all of this stuff that's hot, but once again, I'm changing my content to content that will help people, and I really it's working more so at Savage Finance than over here. Because over here, I'm going to see a drop. I'm going to see a drop. So, it is just a matter of, doing what I need to do. And once again, it's kind of funny how YouTube operates, because if I was going to do some stimulus type content, like I said, I'm really going to change the content on this channel. So it's going to be different. I've seen a lot of gurus talk. Well, relationships has always been a hot currency on YouTube. And this is one of the reasons that if you know this, I'm not going to talk about relationships. I've done the Kevin Samuels parodies have been crazy. People are doing stuff to get views. And, I understand why they're doing it, but I'm going to follow something a little different. A little different. But once again, right now, you got all of this stuff that is going on over here in terms of building, with the economy. Right now, look at what's hot. Bitcoin. I know someone that knows someone that took $400,000 out of his 401k to buy Bitcoin. And he bought it at the $50,000 mark. And I'm just like, that was crazy. That is crazy. But you will see a different level of content from me. You will see a different level of how I do things over here. Because, a lot of people told me that Graham hated on my video. Part of it is I ran ads on his channel. So, like I said, it isn't like he came to my YouTube channel and talked smack. But before I even address that, I need to come at it. I need to think. I don't need to do it from an emotional reactionary, oh, he did that, and let me just go ahead and do something. Because essentially, he's got a following. He's got a lot of people who really like him. They really like him for some reason. And, for me, I don't think the dude can teach me anything about money. There's nothing he could teach me about money. But once again, I felt he was chosen by YouTube. I don't think he did anything special. He just got chosen. And once you get picked by YouTube, I think it's in the algorithm. When someone flicks the switch, right now, Kevin Samuels is doing nothing different than what he did a few years ago. And that one video where he told this woman she was going to be alone, it went viral over at, God, what is that? What is that website? World Star. It went viral over World Star. And this is one of the things you got for you guys. If you get a video on YouTube to go viral on another platform, that will tremendously help your video. It will blow you up. Oh, I'm not going to worry about him, because essentially he's a YouTuber now. And once again, you got to pick your battles carefully, because people love this guy. They love him, and he's become somewhat of a a you know a fixture in the personal finance sector, and essentially he was chosen. So essentially, until I get some more firepower, because like Meet Kevin built his channel off Grant Cardone. He was going after Grant Cardone. He was going after Grant Cardone. That's how he built his channel. Yep. So I'm going to be judicious with that, and I'm not going to address it because essentially I could go through his channel and see that he was associated with scammers. I mean, the videos are still up. I'm just sitting there like, oh. But here's the thing. When you like someone and someone attacks who you like, you feel that they're attacking you because you chose to like that person. So that you feel that they're attacking your choices. And Savage Finance is Savage Finance is growing. It's growing in a nice little clip. And I don't want to bring that noise over there, because if I was to do it, I would probably have to do it over here, which to Muhammad's point would bring the trolls and the fanboys over here. And I'm just going to just keep doing what I'm doing, keep working on what I'm working, keep doing the corporate citizen stuff, and keep working in my lane, and ignore that, because essentially one of the things that consistently happens, and I've seen it happen it happened to Andre Jek. He built his YouTube channel off of dividend stock, but when he got that money, he didn't invest it in the dividend stock. That was real interesting. So essentially, YouTube is all about entertainment first, personality second, and likability third. If you can check those three boxes off, your YouTube channel will explode. Because essentially, when I heard about Grams, I was like, okay, what is this about? I keep hearing this about. It just makes no sense for me. Like, if I had 100,000 subscribers on Savage Finance, I would do it. Because I would have a big enough audience where I can actually kind of, do some stuff. But I only have 30,000, and I'm growing, and I want to keep growing, so I'm not going to do anything to sabotage the channel. But one of the things, this is one of the most irritating things about YouTube. YouTube will not send out a signal to my subscribers that I am live. They will not. And that's something else I'm going to work on, because essentially a lot of people don't know that I'm live. Yes. I mean, it makes no sense, because right now, he's hot. So it doesn't make any sense. But once again, no, I didn't take a course on creating courses. I learned from scratch. But one of the things that, you got to look at and understand, because I'm going to work on the things I got on the drawing board. I'm going to work on those. I'm going to do that stuff. And then I'm going to stay focused on the things that I need to do, because like this morning, that was crazy what's going on. I still got people who are telling me I'm crazy for taking the vaccine. They're not going to take blah, 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 and all this other stuff. Oh, yeah. So once again, I feel, because I noticed that early this month that this channel wasn't getting the views like it was last month. And I'm like, here we go again. And it's one of the things, because I'm getting ready to actually juice things up a little bit over here. Actually do some stuff a little deeper. So, it is interesting how this stuff works, because when you are out here to be effective, I don't really care if anyone likes me. And that right there is a problem on YouTube. A lot of people really, really care if people like them. And I really don't care. This has given me tremendous freedom and license to say and do the things that I have been doing for many, many years. And one of the things that I need to do, because essentially when you have a small YouTuber and they're trying to curry favor from a larger YouTuber, they will make a positive kiss butt type video. And I'm not a kiss butt type person. Like I said, I've been looking at, well, I don't really watch his videos, so I can't say, but I know that a lot of people like that milk toast, non-effective advice that he gives. But essentially for me to combat him, I need to get Savage Finance to 100,000 subscribers, and I need to build a legion of followers and people who have been vaccinated or inoculated with my doctrine, and that will go a long way toward creating a battle. Because right now it would be just pointless. I could do some stuff over here, but YouTube has hampered this channel. You know, I'll have a video every now and then at a kind of like scale, like the video that I did about that house where the dude paid cash. That actually did kind of good for over here. But I'll have a channel. I have a video that'll get 8, 20, 30,000 views over it. You know, it was funny. Savage Finance gets as many views per month as this channel. Oh, once again, you will see, this is one of the things that's happened. There are a lot of people. There are people with 1 million subscribers, and they put up a video, they'll get 2,000 or 3,000 views. See, it's like YouTube will pick and choose channels. Like Kevin Samuels, I feel that You Will Die Alone video that went to World Star and then went to Reddit, and then that just pushed him up, Because essentially, all it takes is one video to explode your channel. Because one of the things that's happening with Kevin's inventory is his older videos are being pushed by the YouTube algorithm as well as the new videos. And, you know, once again, you know, Kevin works really, really hard. I'm happy for the guy. He works hard. Doing these shows every night, you know, because essentially O'Shea and I had this conversation. If you want to do a live stream, it's best to do them like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, because you will get more people in the black community. Now you can go over to Morris Invest and he could do a live stream at 10 in the morning and get 2,000, 3,000 people show up. It's very interesting. So it's about, you know, who you are, who your fan base is, who you is. Oh, I feel that someone flips a switch, because, and it also depends upon, like, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. People have press releases, people have networked, people have a tribe of people on Reddit to push their videos. So it really, really depends on the work that they've done and everything. But yes, this is the alternate universe that we're in, and it is really, really interesting what's going on. So that's all I got for you guys. I will see you in the next one.